Thorpe, and I'll be your host today. Today we have a returning guest. Josh from Izzybots is here, and he's going to be talking about messenger marketing, why and how it can help your business. So Josh has dazzled us in the past, and we're looking forward to another session today that's going to help us to grow our business on some other platforms. So we are excited to learn and grow. This session is streaming out on various platforms, and you can communicate with us using the chat functions and the comment section. So do feel free to do that throughout the session. I'll be checking those functions, and we would like to get your questions answered. So do pop them in. Make these sessions work for you, because that's why we have them. So they do run Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. So focus in with your morning cup of coffee, your morning tea, learn some new tricks and grow your business. So that's it from me. Josh, I know you've got a packed thing for us today, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I didn't get to actually be here for your last session because I had quickly popped over in that Trans-Tasman bubble that we had back in April.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'm excited.
Coming back with a lot of new functionality since the actual last presentation, which we'll go through, where it's called messenger marketing, which and we'll talk through it all. But Instagram has opened up their API, and we've had a lot of fun with that. So
I love this. I love learning
that.
about these platforms because I use them all the time. So I'm always looking for new tips and tricks on how to use them. So I'm going to be just a sponge here in the background, soaking this stuff up.
The best way to be, right? Best way to be through life in general. So I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, I'm going to turn my video off. I'll be in the back, and I will. Do you want to take questions throughout, or would you prefer them at the end?
Let's take questions throughout. Yeah, usual style is we. I like it conversational. It's not Okay. I mean, with the nature of what we do, conversational is what we do. So yeah, definitely follow that. So any questions throughout, just people just send them through.
Great.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm assuming everybody can see my screen there, so I'll just get started. In terms of kicking things off, what I really wanted to first begin with was just talking through what the actual intentions for today are. In particular, want to just generally share what messenger marketing is, and we're not really going to talk too much about Izzybots itself, but just around the technology and how you guys can apply it, how you guys can use it, and so on. And then sharing the secret power of the whole thing. This is technology that it's massive overseas, but people in New Zealand and businesses in New Zealand have no idea what it can do. And like we get, as I mentioned here, you're building subscribers in Facebook Messenger, something that a lot of people don't know. Those subscribers, you can achieve near 100% open rates, and also we can cover all the Instagram features and discuss how you guys can actually apply it and use it. What I'd really recommend is, as we go through this presentation, just think about how that can fit with your business and questions that you ask around, hey, look, how could we use it in this sense? How could we use it in that sense? As it's great going through features, but it's the application, as we all know, on how to actually do it. So we'll go through that next slide and just sharing some context really. So in terms of Facebook and Instagram, a lot of New Zealanders on that. So New Zealand is one of the world's biggest adopters by percentage of those social media platforms in particular. You compare it to the likes of WhatsApp or of Twitter and things like that, it's just not the same. Facebook Messenger in particular, New Zealand's one of the biggest adopters, and that's what this whole technology is on. So we're looking like Facebook Messenger in the world. So say you're a global business, you've got 1.3 billion users on it. You know, there's quite a lot of people there. I'm assuming a lot of us here are on Messenger as well. With that, 3.4 million users on Facebook from New Zealand. And then Instagram is even getting way bigger. Instagram, what we're seeing is a lot of people move to Instagram as opposed to Facebook. So that's interesting. But a lot of people will not have Facebook, but they will have Facebook Messenger. So we're finding more of that as well. And then also, according to an Instagram report 2019, 81% of users said that they use that kind of like as a product search place, looking for products. I know that's what I do myself, because that's where I find I can get the most informative information on a business. So yeah, some context there. In terms of a usual Facebook Messenger experience that a business provides, usually it's one-to-one, it's manual, it takes time, it takes resource, and it's time consuming, it's potentially expensive with a lot of hours of overhead resource replying in a very custom way. And then there's delayed responses. That's a massive thing that we see, where we live in a world, and I won't go down this whole philosophy vision hole yet, maybe later, but we live in a world where we've been brought up and adjusted and evolved to expect I get what I want when I want it on the platform that I want it on. That's now the expectation. But within Facebook Messenger, with a one-to-one approach, we're getting delayed responses a lot of the time. So when people are giving you their attention, you want to reply to that straight away in a way that works for your business in particular. And yeah, high likelihood of human error sometimes as well, just because of the nature of it. So in terms of messenger marketing and what actually is it, before we go into the detail, in a nutshell, how I've kind of put this together, it's using Facebook and Instagram Messenger automation to convert your social media engagement into revenue. That's to free up your time and also provide the best customer experience on social media that you can really provide in a one-to-one basis. So that's what messenger marketing is. In general, it's to drive what the business needs, and usually that's around revenue and freeing up time. So what's actually unique about it? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is talk about this little screen grab here. That's what it looks like. So as you see, messenger marketing, we call it messenger marketing. It's because it's not just a chatbot, and that's what I'll talk through. But what you see here is the richness of the user experience. So this is for a restaurant where you can put their entire menu within there. People can click to learn about the food, or they can even purchase within Messenger. You don't have to send them off to a website. You can actually do a Stripe integration or a PayPal integration. There's a number of others as well. And people can actually buy within Messenger. So don't have to leave. But here, there's a whole gallery you can flick through. So the user just flicks through what they want to look at, and then they click the button for what they want. It's pretty straightforward. So going through what's actually unique about it in more detail. Firstly is subscribers and Messenger. A big thing, and I'll talk to these in more detail, but at a very top level, every person who has messaged your Facebook page within the last 12 months or within the last year, they are a subscriber in Messenger that you can send messages to. So what that means is you've built up the subscriber base, just like an email database, really. You then send out a message that can get near 100% open rates. So we've got clients that have, say, tens of thousands of subscribers in there that we help build that. And now you're getting near 100% open rates with promotions, with competitions, with important information to know about, say the stuff we do with charities. So yeah, that's that alone, forgetting about everything else. Imagine if your email database got near 100% open rates, and then we automated the customer experience and then responding and engaging. That's what this is. It can be on your website, it can be on Instagram, and it can be on Facebook. So it provides you one place for all communications, which makes it a lot easier and streamlined. It's also the best website chatbot you can have since they become subscribers. So if they leave your website, you can still talk to them if you reply 20 hours later. They get a messenger notification with you responding. So now you can continue that. They don't just disappear, or you don't rely on just remarketing. Converting comments. This is another big one a lot of people aren't aware of. So businesses we work super hard to get great engagement in your posts. But what do you do with that? I mean, there's not much you can do unless you directly message every single one of them. What we can do, and again, this is why it's messenger marketing, not just a messenger chatbot. Messenger marketing wise, we can directly message every person who comments on an Instagram post or a Facebook post or even a Facebook ad. So now you're actually converting that engagement into a one-to-one conversation with a really rich experience like this. And now they can learn about your business. They can buy product. They can ask questions. And so you're actually converting engagement into revenue. And that's been a gap that's been around for quite some time. Automate rewarding Instagram story tags. So anybody who, this is the new Instagram capability, anybody who mentions you in their Instagram story, you can automatically, with a chatbot, just like this one shown, you can actually respond to them, thanking them for tagging you in their story and reward that and also incentivize that. So you're effectively promoting micro-influencing at massive scale. This is one thing we see around sports clubs in particular, and going in, tag us in your story and we'll send you the program as though you're at the event and you'll go in the draw to win a competition. So even people at home can tag them in the story, and now they get to engage with the match, the competition or the game. Automated follow-ups as a chatbot, and they are subscribers. If they don't convert for whatever reason, we can continue that conversation. And so you can actually make the most out of that engagement. And the last I'll just mention to very top line is insights. As it is all button based mostly, we get insights on every single button click for every single unique person. So you get insights on what your audience is actually interested in a lot of depth, and I'll show you guys that very shortly. So yes, I'll just quickly check. No questions at the moment. Cool. So yeah, that's a quick introduction to it all. Now, there's nothing quite like going through one yourself. So within this, what you can do is just open up your, if you've got an iPhone, because I got one I know in particular, if you just go to your standard camera and you point at whichever QR code you want, so Hallenstein's or Joe Bros Burgers, you're actually able to go and experience one of those yourself. So I'm just going to do that myself here.
Yeah, I've just done it. Cool. It takes me to Izzybots.
Yep, perfect. Yep. So
cool.
Like a nice little safe, controlled environment there. So if we'll go with Joe Bros as well. Joe Bros is a fantastic business.
little promo there for Joe Bros.
Indeed. So what I'll do for those that might not have scanned it, I'll bring that up here. So this is actually on the desktop. It's a different user experience. Facebook Messenger is optimized for phone, so it's not best on here, but you get an idea of, look, we notice you haven't become a Joe Bro yet. Check out the areas below for information you may need. So becoming a Joe Bro, they're signing up for exclusives, events and catering. So just like we showed before, the menu and online store, get to know the guys, resources and tips, and also sharing it. So we can go through here and go, look, we want to learn, let's actually, we want to learn about the Joe Bro story. So you just click on the button that you want. We choose how long that delayed typing is for. And then you'll see pop up here shortly around, that is their whole story. So we've got the image of them, Joe Bro story, Josh and Brody met working through the kitchen. So users can choose whatever experience that they want unique to what they're after. And then you get insights on the whole thing.
Are you going to show us how to set this up as well? Are we going to learn how to?
We can share. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
cool.
We can share a little bit about that. There's some complications around it, but we'll definitely go through that. Just want to kind of take a moment to pause and just see if there are any questions.
No, I will make sure to prompt you. I'm kind of oh wait, hold on, here we go. Hi Josh, is there any approval required different by country to send special offers to customers via Messenger, for example, to send a product with discount?
So what you'll need to do there, as that is a promotional piece of content, and we'll get into the broadcasting rules and regulations. Within that, you're able to send out a sponsored message, is what Facebook calls it, and you're able to send that out. Now, because you're paying for sending that out, it's about $30 per 1,000 people, so it really doesn't cost anything. You can send whatever you want. There's no rules and regulations around that. The standard rules come in about promoting alcohol and those kind of things that Facebook just has. So you just need to comply to that. Otherwise, you can do anything you want. Discounts is a big one. We do a lot of messages every week for a number of clients on that.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, no, thanks. We'll keep it. I'm kind of floating between the other platforms as well, just making sure there's no questions out there.
Perfect. But yeah, hope that all makes sense around what a live user experience is like there. So jump back in here. Cool. So as we've seen, there's a big difference between what you can set up natively within Facebook versus that experience. So what I've shown you there, we use the Facebook API to do that. What you can do within Facebook is set up an auto response, not an entirely rich conversation. So that's the difference. What we've got here is a Facebook quick reply where people can say, where can I view your menu or something like that. The usual response, hi there, thanks for messaging us. We'll try to be responsive as possible. We'll come back to you as soon as possible. That's a standard response. And then obviously what we've shown that it can be, and I would argue we say what it most of the time really should be, around providing a lot of options to people. So in terms of building your subscriber list, it's all well and good having that chatbot, but you need to get people into it. I believe some questions popping up there.
Yeah, we do have a question. It says, just wondering how this works when your company has services instead of products.
Yep. So in terms of services, that's where a big thing you can do is just qualifying. So if you, I guess it depends on what you define as a lead, but first is the chatbot educating people what your services are. Maybe we've done builds previously where people can go through and actually answer a number of questions, and it will then tell them what the best service is out of your services for them. So things like that. So helping that user experience, but also we can pre-qualify. So for instance, learning, right, we've had one, we've got a free financial evaluation product where people answer, we've had a 53% completion rate of 23 questions. And based on that, you can provide an entire free financial evaluation. So that's an example of you kind of make a product within the chatbot, and then it gives you all the information you need to give that to them in a response. Yeah, good question. Good question. In terms of the building your subscriber list, so as I shared, every person who messages your Facebook page becomes a subscriber, and your subscribers, they just need to engage with messaging your page at any time, and now they're a subscriber. And as I've shared, kind of guess what, you already have subscribers, assuming most of you would do. So with that, you've got a base there you can communicate with immediately. In terms of ways to actually prompt that, there's in further depth I'll get into, there's 11 ways you can get people to message your page. One is becoming or setting it as a website chatbot on your page. The other is website actions. So that could be a pop-up on the screen, say, click here to make sure you sign up for future updates and future promotions, or click here and join our messenger base and you get 10% off. Basically everything you'll do with email to collect email addresses, you just get them into Messenger. Same thing. A URL, so you can send just anywhere, you can send a URL. That could be swipe up on an Instagram story, that could be a link out to your email database, that could be a link that you put up behind so again, a QR code. Have that up on, say, on a bus or a bus stop or anything like that, on t-shirts, so on. Facebook ads, that's what we call send to messenger Facebook ads. Again, convert the comments on that as well. We also have ones that's unique to our side that we've developed, which is sharing within Messenger and building up subscribers in that regard. And we'll get into the Instagram stuff as well. But you're not just reliant on people going, oh, message our page. You can make it really easy for them. And that's part of a campaign journey. Go. So the near 100% open rates, New Zealand's one of the world's biggest adopters of Messenger. So it's very uniquely placed where everybody's on Messenger, but then nobody really knows about this technology. So it's an absolute awesome opportunity to jump on that straight away. And then since we spend a lot of attention there, when a business sends you a message, you're usually going to open it. And one of the things I'll kind of step in a little bit back, but this is not running an ad to your potential audience. And what I mean by that is you can only send people messages that have messaged your business first. So this isn't capturing new people saying, hey, send us a message, and it comes up as an ad within their Facebook Messenger space. In fact, I highly recommend never running ads to people's Facebook Messenger. It's a personal space, and if you're intruding on that space without them starting the conversation with you to begin with, then it has a bad feel to it. But this is only sending messages to people that started a conversation with your business. So it's very uniquely placed, and that's why we get these great open rates and people's attention is there. And in terms of the click-through rates, the highest click-through rate we've had was 87.2%. And that was to, top of mind, that was to about 3,004 people. And that was, yeah, very successful campaign. So you imagine with your email database, say 70,000 that you've built up over years, if that had an 87.2% click-through rate, or the average being more around kind of top of mind, average being around 25% click-through rate. So yeah, there's some serious opportunity there to build up this base over time and then really, really leverage that. But that could be things around booking of appointments, so around services, quote requests, registration to an event, arranging calls. That could even just be, yeah, buying the product there and then, or going to the website, whatever that might be. So you can pretty much do anything that complies with Facebook's rules on what you can promote, just like an ad. Excuse me. Comments into conversions. This one's easiest to show you in a video. So we'll just hit play on that. So this is one of our very first client. So they came on board with us all the way back in 2018. And so AV Club, so as a bit of backstory, I DJ'd for 6 years, so we know how the industry works. With that, you comment on the Facebook post or the ad, and then when, as you see, you get a message. So, hey, Hannah, see we have spots available on Friday's guest list. Click here. They click it. Yep, you're on the guest list. Expires at midnight. Do you want to invite your friends to sign up as well? So this is what we've developed around the sharing with friends. So great, super easy to do. So and I'll just pause it on there. Oh, just missed it. So this loads up a image, and we've got a URL behind that button that comes to the chatbot. So now I just hit the button on the right. I send that to my friends. In this case, I want to get on the guest list or to enter a competition or go to an event, whatever that might be. And then they get a message saying, Hannah is inviting you to our guest list. Here's the image. We have a limited guest list for this weekend. Click below. They click that button. Now they become a subscriber and Messenger. And now they go through that same user experience. So it's super easy user experience. And you got to be very clear in saying, look, we're going to send you a message, comment below, and you build your subscriber base to reach out to, and you're converting your engagement. So yeah, simple as that, really. And in terms of the rich and easy user experience, we've shown that a bit before. I've spoken to it. I'll just hit play on this. This is our sports product, and just a demo using some just random imagery from online. But sports clubs get a lot of messages in that case, and so a lot of the time they have it turned off. But what that could be, and by turned off I mean you can't message a sports club's page, but on here, right, I want to look at memberships, I want to buy tickets, I want to look at the shop, I want to do this or this or that. So this just shows that live on a mobile phone, going through the user experience. So you can have buttons, images. What we can also do is you can send documents, you can send files, you can send voice memos, you can send videos. Everything you can send to your friends as a business, you can send that to them as well. It's the easiest way to put it. Okay. In terms of capturing user information, and this is what I referred to around the good question around a services business, each person can go through and they can answer a number of questions. And with that, you can capture that information and being very open with them and saying and framing that question of, hey, look, for us to best help you or to send it to the right team to help you, we just got a few questions. It should take about 30 seconds, or it should take 2 minutes, or whatever that might be. You can then find out what they're interested in. So maybe if they're looking at, top of mind, if they're looking for certain kind of clothing, or they've got a support query, or they're looking to buy, maybe even if it's car dealership, go, okay, well, what kind of car are you looking for? Is it a coupe? Is it a sedan? Is it a off-roader? Whatever that might be. So they answer all these questions. We can capture all of that and provide that to you, but we also have that in the database to create different segments for you to then communicate with as well. So with that, yeah, pretty much sums up around that. This is just an example of that around the Hallenstein side of things. What we found as a challenge was, I shop at Hallensteins all the time. So with that, I wouldn't know what style of jeans best suit what I'm looking for. So do I want baggy ones, or do I want tight fitting ones, whatever that might be. So we created this survey where, right, where do you usually wear your jeans? In this question. So usually hang out with friends. What are you looking for in the denim? Like, so what's most important to you? So it goes through a number of questions, and based on that, it will then say, which we'll let it run through to, let's say, right, well, this is the best style of jean for you. And then what we can put in is, here's some other styles that will go with it as well. So which style do you prefer from these options? Now, of course, there's then you get the insights around, well, okay, this person likes this kind of style, so they'll probably like these other things as well. So you're basically helping them find the information that they really want. I just want to pause it on that. See this be notified area here. This is what is called a one-time notification. So going a little bit into the detail there, but a one-time notification is pretty much saying, yes, you can send me anything related to that topic at any time, no matter how promotional it is. Now, the difference between a one-time notification and a sponsored message, a one-time notification, you don't have to pay Facebook to send that to the audience. Whereas a sponsored message, you need to pay that $30. Sometimes we even got that down to $20 per 1,000 people in order to reach out to them. Because a one-time notification, the user said, I want you to send this to me. So it's very, very straightforward. And Facebook's like, yep, if they've asked for it, you can send it to them. Okay. I've put this slide in just to very, very quickly go over this. It is possible to put in natural language processing within the chatbot, within Messenger. Now, what that actually means is if somebody doesn't click the buttons, then they're going outside of what we've built for the user experience. What that means is it will come back with usually a default reply saying, hey, sorry, we don't understand that. Here's some responses, or here's some options that people usually find helpful. Choose a button again. And if they don't reply again, then it's, hey, look, we pass this through to the support team to come back to you. Now, natural language processing, we use that as a safety net to go, right, if they just type a question, let's understand the intent of that question and provide a response. So that is possible. That's all I really just want to say on that front. Most businesses don't need it, but it is possible in case it's something you thought that you'd need. And in terms of results, just to talk through around the Facebook Messenger side, so AV Club. So we send out a message every week, pretty much, promoting the events that they have coming up. And we did a campaign around Nightlife Venue of the Year, pretty much saying, hey, look, audience, we're going up for the competition to be the best nightclub in New Zealand. Can you support us with that? The results itself, so we've got over 8,500 subscribers in their database. We've automated responses to about 40,000 messages over the years, and we've converted 4,500 comments into subscribers. And our average open rate for I think it was July, 93.44% average open rate, and that's to a lot of people as well. It's not talking some small base. Also, as a proud to share, as a result of sending this out and asking the audience to really vote for us, they won best nightclub in New Zealand, which was a awesome result that I was super stoked with. So yeah, you can achieve some pretty incredible statistics that you kind of haven't seen since email first came out, or using SMS, but then SMS is really expensive compared to this, where you don't have to pay per message in particular.
I don't have a question, but I just thought I would jump on here. I just think this is really useful information. I'm just blown away by the statistics and knowing how much I'm kind of on my phone. Like if you're not using this tool, it almost seems like, wow, you're really missing out on quite a large area of marketing for your business.
Yes.
I use Messenger all day long. So yeah. Wow. I'm looking forward to, as we get into kind of setting it up, how do we do this?
Yeah,
cool.
No, exactly. No, I appreciate that. It is fascinating in that it's not massively spoken about in New Zealand that this is possible, and again, that's where everybody's attention is, and it's really straightforward. People want it. Okay, here it is. Right, there we go. So what about Instagram? This is a question we've been asked for a long time, since it was announced Facebook was integrating Messenger into Instagram. And when I mean like this is recent, this came out like 3 months ago, like brand new, and it only publicly became available to everybody. I believe that was on Monday. So when I say this is new, this is like hot off the press. You guys getting ahead. So in terms of what makes Instagram Messenger marketing unique, again, converting post comments. So we see businesses get a lot more comments on their Instagram posts than their Facebook posts, because that's where people's attention's moving towards, and that's where they can engage very openly with people's content or businesses' content. We can provide instant replies to story mentions. Now, previously, if say so one of the companies that we're working with, they've got about 2.1 million followers on their Instagram page. They get like 100 messages a day, yet alone story mentions. And so they just simply cannot manage it. Now that's on the extreme end. On the other end, say, even if you have like a few thousand followers, you can run campaigns that encourage people to mention you in their story. And now that takes them through a journey as a thank you because they're effectively promoting your business. And so take them through a journey that's automated, that doesn't take up time, and rewards them for that and incentivizes it. Keyword and phrase triggers. So that's where if they type in, send us a message saying XYZ and we'll give you this. And so with that, you can have unique triggers that maybe it's like a secret part. And this is where fun's really important. I'm a big believer in just fun across everything. Have fun with it. Message us saying digital boost rocks, and we'll give you these. We'll give you all of the discounts that digital boost has been able to gather from providers. And share it with your mates. Keep it a bit of a secret, but you can tell your mates and get them to message us as well. So you can do a lot of fun stuff. Maybe I've always thought about this for a burger joint or a food business like Joe Bros. Having a secret menu. Message us saying Joe Bros secrets, and we'll provide you with the secret menu, and it has all the gallery of things with images of what you can do. So you can have a lot of fun with this, and people love sharing that stuff, and that's where virality comes in. Conversation starters, that's brand new, capturing the user information, the live chat, and we can use this to build Messenger subscribers on Facebook Messenger. I'll talk more a bit about that. I've just seen a question come through if you wanted to have a look at that.
Cool. We have only just started out business 13 months ago. Just wondering, does this work with really small client bases, less than 100?
I would say, yeah, that's a really good question. And we see that come through around when's the right time to implement something like this. It does depend on what your business does. So for instance, if you run a lot of Facebook ads and you're getting a lot of traffic through messaging you, but maybe not many likes, it's still really, really valuable because you're getting a lot of traffic and you're converting a lot of engagement. If you're not getting much engagement and you're not getting many messages, I would say this isn't the right time to implement this product. But what I would recommend is maybe spend some time, maybe soon once it becomes a focus around social media, to really enrich the user experience in a very basic way. You don't need all the bells and whistles, so to speak, yet, in my opinion.
Cool. And there's another one here. It says selective messages, ? My business is training and past customers once trained are no longer interested in hearing from me. Also, one guy messaged, got the Autobot response and complained as he didn't mean to hit any buttons. Can I remove him so he's not bothered without banning? Something like only send to accounts engaged with me in the last 2 months would be useful. Is that a possible feature or?
Yes, that is definitely possible. One of the challenges, and this is where Facebook needs to make some improvements, in my opinion, which I'll stand by saying publicly, is on you don't have any control within the Facebook business settings. You cannot do that. So you cannot manage your Messenger subscribers within Facebook. You just can't. This is where third-party platforms such as, and this is the how to do it. There's platforms such as, let's say Chatfuel, ManyChat, that's where you can actually go in and you can begin to manage your subscriber base. Now with that, that's where it's taken us a long time to learn how to do it. And that's where, unfortunately, it's not really easy to set the stuff up in a lot of depth, but you can set up simple things. And so if you wanted to remove him, you can go, yep, remove subscriber. Or you can do conditional targeting, which is probably the best approach, like you were talking through. Yeah, really good question.
Yeah, fantastic.
And that's where there's another potential philosophy deep hole for me to jump headfirst into. We'll hold back a little bit. Is on we live in a world where there's so much data available about each person that's engaged with your business that I believe every person should have a unique experience to your business, personalized to what you know about them. And so say this person saying, hey, look, I don't want to receive any messages. I'm okay. I don't want to know anything. Okay. Well, that should automatically be changed around the experience that they're after. And looking at the Hallenstein's experience with the genes, we then completely change the experience around what will resonate with that person most based on what we've learned about them. And so that's where that's never really been possible in a lot of depth, but now with messenger marketing, it is. So yeah, that really talks to that.
I'm just popping, if you see me just like looking around, I'm actually just popping those links in there for you guys. If you want to check out those platforms of Chat Fuel, and here you go. Here is the ManyChat. You can go ahead. Are those free platforms or do you have to pay for them?
They are free up to a point, and that point comes rather quickly.
Okay.
It's a matter of you can begin to try it out and use it, but there'll come a point to get the real features, the stuff that we're talking through here. You need to do the paid account. One thing that I always talk to is you will really want to get this balance right of a bad chatbot is worse than no chatbot at all. Okay. So you really want to make sure that, say, experiences where they click a certain button and then it doesn't go to the right thing, or the copy is not right, or it's a slow response, things like that, that can be damaging. So that's where companies like ourselves exist to go, right, this is the best way to adopt it, to make sure it's the best experience. But yeah, definitely play with it. And if you are a smaller business, for sure, go in and just make something really focus on simplicity and not trying to overcomplicate it, just so there's something there, and then you just get informed when you need to jump into a chat. That would be my biggest recommendation for those kind of businesses.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right, I'm just popping it on the other platforms as well, so I'll just keep going back and forth. I'll just drop myself off here.
Yeah, no problem. So with the Instagram side of things, again, same thing. Why not experience it yourself? So this goes to our test environment. So there's kind of different branding and stuff like that. If again, just scan that with your native camera, follow the link to that will go to the Instagram, open your Instagram app, and simply message the test_Izzybots page, and it will take you through an experience. Now, I'm happy. I'll just leave that up for a little bit longer and just talk to it. But while you scan that, after this, I'll go through actually explaining those features and where they can be used in your business. But yeah, feel free to go through the chatbot while we talk through it and just kind of check in, ask any questions. But this feature and this new functionality is super exciting to bring a brand new experience to Instagram where it hasn't changed massively. The last big update was really adding Instagram stories, that if we think back to it, was only prompted from Snapchat, and then Instagram added it in and really took the lead on it. This is the same step and improvement to really increase that engagement and now use the stories as well. So as you guys go through that, I'll just talk to it in a bit more depth. So, and I'm going to keep it pretty simple, as it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. One is around converting the post comments in a personalized follow-up. So anybody who comments on an Instagram post, it's simply set up something that messages them saying, hey, thanks so much for commenting on our post. As a thank you, you've gained access to a bit of a new secret area we've created for people like you that really engage with our content. And there's a lot of benefits to it. You can get access to secret menu or secret campaigns and competitions, first access to this or that. Give us your feedback so we can improve our product and get first access to that, and so on. So really, you want to reward those people that engage. and put simply, that's the best way to use it. And there's also campaigns where you say, hey, look, go and comment on this post to go in the draw for this competition. Now, by them commenting, Instagram goes, right, this post is getting a lot of engagement. We need to share this to more people. So you get more organic reach, and you're converting every single comment into a conversation. So they learn about your business in more detail. So the gap is going from, they commented on your post previously, yep, it's great brand awareness. Now you can say, yep, great brand awareness, and they're learning more about our business, they're learning about our products, and we're going to be able to get near 100% open rates to them with a personalized experience. It's a big step up. In terms of the Instagram Messenger, for those that haven't scanned it, this is what it looks like. Now, this is an example of instant replies to story mentions. So I mentioned test_Izzybots in my Instagram story. Exciting things happening on Instagram. Go and check it out and say, yeah, thanks for mentioning us in your story. We really appreciate the shout out. As a little thank you, click below to see exclusives in our store. Easily chat with our support team if you need any help. Also, get your friends to tag us or message us with the keyword Izzybots so they can get exclusives as well. And then go, right, what do you want to do? Shop exclusives, chat with the support team. The reason we put the support team in there, and this is again our best practice that we implement, sometimes people will tag a business and they're complaining about something. So that's where being careful around wording is very important. So in this case, we're doing this thanks for the shout out, but we would change it to thanks for mentioning us in your story. You've opened up the exclusive space, but also you can easily contact our support team if you need to. So that's where understanding people, what they might do in every situation that your bot responds to, that's where that makes it easy. You can resolve those people complaining online. And that goes through the process and then emails the support team, right, here's the information about it, etc., etc. Okay. Instagram Messenger keywords and phrase triggers. Very, very simply, people message your page with Izzybots or whatever that might be, and then it triggers a unique customer journey or unique customer conversation that we've made to respond to that. And so with that, it makes it really easy for customers to start a conversation with you. You can even share those keywords in the stories and then drive way more engagement about a unique experience as well. It's kind of like if people just message your business saying, hey, look, I'm looking to see what discount codes that you currently have available. I'm looking to do a big purchase. It might pick up on the keyword discount code and then go, hey, look, here's our discount code since you asked. So there's things like that where it just improves the ability of the chatbot as well as being able to be used in campaigns.
We've just got a question here. It says, given the cost involved, what's the best way to work out if it's currently viable for a smaller business?
That is a very good question. What I would say is for a smaller business, you could really stick to the free version, I think, and you can really monitor it yourself. There's certain setups where, again, you're kind of going into best practice implementation. The best way I think I could do it kind of off the cuff. But say with the free version, if you just had, hey, look, here's some options to choose from. How can we help? They then choose that button, and then you just give a response to that very simply. And then from that point, if you have an option, always have an option of, if you need to speak to somebody, click here. Always have that available. People do not like, and this is where usually when you say chatbot, people go, oh, clunky, I get stuck, it doesn't understand me. Always have an option to talk to someone. But then when they click on that, it will open the conversation, and then you just get notified with an email notification saying, this person wants to talk to you. And now you jump in and reply. To achieve that, you can use the free version. And so I would say really stick to that. You want to go towards the paid versions once you are using it as a marketing channel, not just a chatbot. That's that transition.
Yeah, and I guess you would also want to probably, do you think, Josh, like evaluate how much of your business comes through these platforms? Like if a lot of your business, a lot of your sales or what have you come through Facebook and Instagram, like maybe that's a place to spend some of your money versus, spending money on, maybe something else like your email market or whatever it is,
exactly,
that's in your budget.
And it's thinking about where's the just as you said, but it's like, where is the attention of my prospects, and do we have that base, or do we need to build that base? If you need to build it, then it's worthwhile investing into it and raising that awareness and doing it in a way that frees up your time. And that's, again, see what how much is your time worth? And if this is, say it's $20 a month, is that going to free up more than $20 worth of my time? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Also, you can, if you're, I think a lot of small businesses, I know myself and other folks I've spoken to, like really struggle with the financial aspect of a business and knowing when to put money in and when not to put it. Have a chat with your accountant, and like a lot of times they'll be really helpful. I know that we had accounting on a number of times with Wendy and Ellie, and folks like those guys, they're fantastic at taking a look at your business and your finances and actually giving you some structure so that you know where you've got room to move. And that might be like a good point to start with if you're really quite lost in that financial aspect. And then you couple that with where your income is coming from in your business, and then decide whether or not that's going to work for you.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
yeah, that's my 2 cents. Sorry.
It's also let me just add on that, because yeah, I love business obviously, but around that, it's that space of, oh geez, talk about losing your thought. It's also around the accountants kind of making that recommendations, and then you choose it based on that, but also is the, oh come on, we've lost the thought. I think I will come back to that one, I think.
Yeah, come back to it. But I would recommend, if you're, I know, even I think as small business owners, and I'm sure you guys who are watching agree, we often we don't have a lot of capital. We're really wary about putting money out there and spending money because we don't have a lot coming in to begin with. But if you get your business plan set up and you actually speak with people who are educated in that area, maybe you spend a little bit of money on talking to somebody who can help you to get set up in this way. Once you're educated, then you'll feel a lot better about making some bigger choices or making choices like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would highly recommend, if that's an area that you struggle with, to get some support, because
it's really important. And that thought that was eluding me was having somebody that's outside of the business being able to look in with a fresh perspective is very powerful. And that's where, through my whole business journey, was having mentors and coaches and people to turn to, experts in different areas. It just gives you that support team to really go forward with confidence as well, and that bringing that confidence across everything. It's really, really powerful. Where you're not just going, I think that's right, but people telling, no,
I love that. Every successful person that I've kind of spoken to, that's been their journey, where they've tapped into a coach or they've tapped into like a mentor who's helped them along the way. You don't have to do this on your own. There are people out there that can help you. You're worth it. You're worth investing in yourself,
Absolutely.
So just remember that.
I'll quickly say on that, we've definitely gone off topic, but I think very valuable is, I went too far with it at a kind of early age. I think when I was about 22, I had like 5 mentors and a coach. And that's where you can go too far with it. So really, and also when finding a mentor, somebody who's not just where you want to be going to in business, but aligns with you personally, most of all, and enables you to make the decisions you want, as opposed to tells you you should do this. Well, what's important to you. I also do coaching, so this is a rabbit hole I could happily talk about all day.
I think it's important for small business owners. Often we don't see ourselves as business owners. So here we go. So what's the optimum frequency of sending messages? Great question.
That is, so this is where knowing your audience is very important. You don't want to go just buy this. It's really finding out what that works for you. So every business is different. We have some businesses, so AV Club, it's every week. every week. But other businesses, you do that every week, no chance. That is not a good move. So really depends on your audience and knowing, maybe let us know what your business is. It will give me a bit more to talk to about it. But we have others where we send 2 messages a week. So it's really finding what you believe your audience wants and start with that. If it brings value to them, they'll love it. That's it at a core. But it's a bit of a split, bit of testing needed. Yeah, I'll just mention here around these conversation starters, and then I'll jump a few slides actually, because I want to talk about Facebook policy, ensure that you kind of don't break the rules and face repercussions. So conversation starters is brand new. Within Instagram, without having this in place, this is just blank. There's nothing at all. All it says is message, and that's it. So then people just message you anything, and now you've got to reply to that manually. The conversation starter is going, look, what can we help out with? When they click on FAQs, it takes them to the FAQs. And so that's where you can control that conversation a lot more. Let's just flick through and see if there's, all right, that's pretty much all the main ones. So being an early adopter, I mean, I think one thing that we have spoken about a lot is that this is a very unique market right now of everybody's on Messenger and everybody's on Instagram, but no one's really using this technology. So you can really stand out, and it frees up time, and it's at a pretty good investment. And so being an early adopter, you're going to really get ahead. It's like people, when email came out, and I do enjoy comparing it to when email first became available, people were building up email databases. Now, a lot of people going, oh, what's the point of doing that? They were a late adopter to it. But those that built up an email database early, they reaped the benefits big time. This is the exact same thing. It's a platform with massive open rates and engagement, and you can be the early adopter to build your subscriber base before anybody else. And so it's the exact same situation. Facebook regulations. This is where you need to play to the rules of Facebook, play the rules of the game. So there's a 24-hour rule. Businesses have up to 24 hours to reply to any messages that you get. This is actually a rule across Facebook, even if you don't have this in place. So say you have no chatbot set up, somebody messages your business and you reply 4 days later, or you reply 2 days later. If you reply outside of 24 hours, you're actually breaking that rule. The only thing is, without the chatbot in place, Facebook doesn't really monitor it, to my knowledge. But once you have this chatbot in place, you need to really comply to that rule. So you need to be able to reply within 24 hours. After that 24 hours, you need to contact them either through a sponsored message or a one-time notification. Sponsored messages, that can be promotional as anything. One-time notification, same thing, but they have to have signed up for that one-time notification. And there's certain ways you need to implement that as well. You need to play to these rules. Otherwise, you risk that you cannot use messenger marketing at all, including Instagram, to my understanding also. Other Facebook regulations, there's certain message tags and news messaging. So you can apply for tags to Facebook and say, hey, look, we're a news outlet and we send news that people ask for. Okay, well now if you get approved for that, you can message them outside of the 24-hour window because of the nature of Facebook believing, yep, you can do that. You don't have to pay, you don't have to do one-time notification. You can use it in that sense. And then, yeah, businesses can send one private message as a reply to customers who post a comment or create a post on the page. So private replies, that's the converting comments. So you can do that. But again, the 24-hour rule comes in. Cannot express enough. You need to follow those rules. Otherwise, yeah, there's big risks. Just seeing a question come through there. Feels a good time to do that.
Yeah, good. I love the small business coaching conversation. We have an unusual business. We were told over and over again, because there was no one out there who does what we do, that accountants, etc., can't help. Any advice? By the way, within 3 weeks of putting our business on Facebook, we were 80% booked. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Digital,
that's fantastic.
that's the way to be. When people's
Yes.
attention is. So let me just read through that one. You're told
Yeah,
over and over again because there's no one out there who does that. Yeah, I can easily answer around that one. Accountants provide advice based on numbers. Every business has numbers. So it's about you as a business
Mm.
owner understanding. Accountants provide clarity on your situation and provide you with what's available. They're not business advisors, they're accountants. And so that's where you get usable information that you can then apply across your business how you see fit, knowing your business. And you know your business better than anyone. So the accountants, in my strong opinion, they provide usable information to you to make decisions. And so I would say, yeah, accountants are definitely valuable without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate. I met a great accountant very early on, where it was all about understanding for me as a business owner and my personal life, where do I want to get to? And
Yeah.
based on that, they can provide the best guidance around numbers. So yeah, I'd really say accountants will be definitely valuable. They'll give you valuable information.
And I know that you've been told that they haven't been able to. I'm not sure if I would follow that advice. I definitely have had the folks, like, I know that a lot of accountants aren't business advisors, but there are some. I think now the way that things are happening, some people who are quite smart, including the team over at We Accounting. I don't work there, but I have had them on like a number of
Yeah,
times. So I trust them, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And they actually do business development. That is a part of their firm, is business development. They have a whole program that you can do to help you, develop your business plan, know where you want to get to and how to get there, have goals set
yeah,
for you to accomplish those things. So maybe you just need to find the right accountant,
yeah.
and I know that can be frustrating if someone tells you, oh, there's no help out there for you. But
Yeah,
I
it
would
definitely
I
is.
would challenge that idea, just quietly.
Sure. I'm a bit louder about it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's a good friend of yours. I'm challenging that idea
Oh,
just
no,
quietly.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
And in terms of, I guess, everything, all the key things to know, that pretty much covers it around the features, the capability of the whole platform. We've got this part here about Izzybots overview, but before going into that, again, just putting out an invitation of any other questions, send them through. And yeah, you mind if I just share a bit about these last few slides and then we'll
Yeah,
be
go
finishing
for
up?
it. Yep. And I'm going to have a look at
Fantastic.
the dates and topics of our next sessions, because I know
Yeah, because we've got a
that you
few more
have
coming
some
up, right?
coming up. Yep.
Yeah, no problem. So in terms of actually implementation of messenger marketing and put very concisely, the challenge is that, as I said, a bad chatbot's commonly worse than none at all, because that leads to just frustration of a user experience and also around the rules and regulations you need to comply to. If you are looking for something very simple, then doing it yourself is the best approach. And that's what we spoke about for a smaller organization, being able to very simply provides just a good user experience that's very focused on simplicity and just giving some responses. When you want to then use it as a complete marketing channel, that's where having experts like ourselves come in with our global team of experts. We can really make sure it's used as an entire channel. So the opportunity really is to be at the forefront of driving the use of messenger marketing for your business and really stand out from everybody else, because they will not know most of the time about this for now. And with the 100% open rates, or near 100%, we have achieved 100% a few times. And the high click-through rates, it's a massive opportunity. And in terms of what we do in a nutshell, kind of before jumping in that, so we've built a team of global experts that they run and present the conferences globally for messenger marketing. They've seen it in the US. This technology is used in pretty much all the businesses there. All the really kind of front leading ones, they all use it. People are used to that experience. So we plug immediately into that group of experts to then bring that to the New Zealand market and apply it in the best way possible. So we usually work with organizations really looking to scale up their social media and hit big scale, big numbers. So yeah, if anybody is interested just to have a chat in more detail specific to your business, just email info@izzybots.com, either myself or another team member, probably myself since we're on the webinar, or just
Yeah.
reach out and we'll have a chat to you guys about how you can use it.
That's great. And I just had a look because I just wanted to make sure everyone knew what was happening. So Josh is going to join us again on the 15th of September. If you haven't already, if you're not a person who jumps on the site and registers for events, but you want to learn more about the secrets of messenger marketing, he's going to be talking about that on the 15th of September, the best kept secrets of messenger marketing. And on the 28th of October, he's going to have the last session for you for the year, which is the superpower of messenger marketing campaigns. So that's where, so this is kind of like an intro. We're just looking at why and how, and then we're going to get into some more depth. So if you wanted to learn more, attend those sessions, and you've got the option now to view these sessions on multiple platforms. But I would encourage those of you that are watching this on Facebook, or you're watching on LinkedIn or on YouTube, if you want special offers from companies like Josh's, or you want to be involved in competitions that we run where you win free stuff, and who doesn't love free stuff as small business owners? And I mean like stuff like a tablet, a website being built, things like that are happening at Digital Boost, but you can't get access to those things unless you're registered at digitalboost.co.nz. So we have some people out there in the fringes. We know you're following, but join us on the main platform, because there are lots of educational materials, including a past session by Josh and other fabulous providers and suppliers. And there's a whole bunch of offers on those on the website that you can click on at any time. You get lots of assistance.
There's some really good things available on there to help businesses get online. Highly recommend.
Yeah, there's lots of good things there. Thanks for all your feedback. Thanks everybody for asking questions along the way. It's kind of nice to make the session have that real drive, it just like enriches what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Engagements. It's fantastic just seeing how it resonates. And most welcome. Thanks for the message there. Please, it was really helpful. And we're just touching the surface of it.
I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come. So that'll be us for today. Thanks everyone for joining us. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. So if you're going to join us tomorrow, I'll see you then. Same time, same place, 10 a.m. So have a wonderful rest of the week, everyone. If I don't see you, ka kite.